Hello there, and welcome to Hammerman for today, January the 28th. We are kicking off Stage 1, Old School. And by Old School, I mean, I'm gonna actually pull off the flawless victory. So, I don't even understand how this happened, but it happened and I'm not gonna complain about it. So, I haven't done this in probably like months. I don't know. I can't even remember the last time I got a flawless victory, but it was a while ago. It was definitely probably before the new year. So, awesome. Glad to see that happening. And I don't know what the tribes are, but I know it's not like anything super crazy. Well, I know what the offensive tribes are. I just don't know what the defensive tribes are because I just kind of don't care about them as much because I never defend anyway. So like, unless someone's being nice and like hooking me up. So whatever the tribes are, I know they're not like insane like last crab where like I think it was all building health and all building damage boosts, and it was just like it made Hammerman so easy and just like cruised right through it. Unfortunately, I didn't have that this time around. I did have a lot of extra resources, so I bought whatever the tribe defensive boosts are, and they're sitting on my base there doing some things. The reason I had a few extra resources obviously is due to the crab, and this time around I really did try to get some videos out. It didn't happen. I was able to crawl my way up to level 91, which dropped me in second for both the task force. Now there are still guys attacking, so that could change, and in New Zealand. So that was pretty fun and exciting. I really did try to get a video or 10 out, and it didn't happen. I was going to do some live streaming, and then we got a snowstorm, and just it did not work out well. So I don't know. Maybe next time I'll try again. We got like, I don't know, in the last 2 days, like half a foot of snow for the Americans out there. I think around like 10 to 15 centimeters is for all the non-Americans out there, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure what Europe. I think Europe is metric, right? Doesn't matter. Anyways, point is, unfortunately, wasn't able to get it on video, but that's all right. Gonna move on. Also, I like, speaking of statues, because, you know, thinking back to when I had the blue statues and how easy Hammerman was, for my crab, I run my regular op statues. I've noticed there's like a really big thing lately about like rocking a crab account that has statues devoted to like the perfect crab statues. So you're looking at like a 262 or a 181 or whatever for the crab. And obviously that makes the scaling of the building health on the higher levels, like it makes it so much easier. Like I know I cruise through, I think maybe even past 40 without really losing any attacks, and I only have like 3 troop damage or 4 troop damage. 4. And so, like, you know, you double the amount of damage that you can boost your troops by, and dear God, it gets insane. Especially when you've got the life leech that's, like, keeping those tanks going. I don't know if you're still out there and you're still running banks. Just banks all day, every day, all the way, because they are just insanely powerful. They're just unstoppable. Honestly, I think it was in the 70s somewhere, my boost ran out, and I didn't even realize it, so I had a couple of attacks. I was just going through unboosted, and I was like, hey, why is it suddenly everything's taking like twice as many hits? What's going on here? And then I was like, oh, yeah, alright. So, like, I had to go back and eat some crow, but it is what it is. Anyways, now this is where Hammerman gets kind of interesting, because obviously we're getting to the higher levels, things are getting a little trickier, and this is stage 5 you're watching right now, getting its butt whooped. And from this, now, I'm gonna tell you that we're moving from Stage 5 to Stage 6. And, you know, if you look at the actual game, this Stage 6 is called Stage 6. And if you look at the health bonus for the troops, that also equals what you would expect from Hammerman Stage 6. However, because of the troops, this mofo is Stage 7. Straight up. Like, this Stage 6 is brutal. I had to whip out two of my prototype defenses just to be able to get past this Stage 6. Like, it is insane. So as you can see, I whipped out the damage amp and my shield, just because they were kind of sitting around, and I was like, all right, well, you know, whatever, we're gonna use those. I do have a microwave jammed way back up near the HQ, but I didn't want to whip that out yet. And like, because of these medics in this last boat and the like sheer number of riflemen and the tanks, and it's a really gnarly combination. And this is, I think, attempt number 4 or 5 or 10, like, I don't know, it's definitely up there. And you can see, you know, obviously I've got my shield set up to block shocks and critters of a couple of things, and, you know, I got my buildings that were barded out, shoved way out into the middle of no man's land, because, again, with this Stage 6 and the insane troop defense, like the troop lineup, I guess, troop offense, the barrages were just insane. I think like Stage 1 or Round 1 of this attack has like 5 barrages in it, and it's just like, what do you do with that? That's gonna fry half of your base no matter what. So very nasty Hammerman Stage 6. So I'm gonna call this Stage 7 because honestly, it is the stage that was by far the hardest. If you can't get past this stage, don't feel any shame, because it's brutal. Now, the good news is, if you're able to get past this stage, next stage, which is supposed to be Stage 7, is really more like Stage 2. As long as you have a microwave. And then insert the ending of that word to make it the right word, because I honestly don't know what it is. So, as you can see, very slowly going through and cleaned up all of the tanks, and then all I was left with was a bunch of freaking medics, because I've already taken out some of the medics through the rest of the attack, which is why I was able to finish this. But my goodness, dirty. So gnarly. Anyways, moving on to Stage 2, as long as you have a microwave. I put all my defenses right on the front because I wasn't even trying. Look at this. That's right, riflemen and warriors, the end. That's all there is. And it was more as of a joke, but as you can see, kind of worked. Anyways, guys, thanks very much for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully it's been entertaining. And above all else, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day.